Great. Well, thank you so much. We'll just go ahead and I'm just gonna get started with the point. Maybe if there is something that I've left out on the introduction and you really wanted us to know, maybe you can go ahead and share anything that you feel like we should be able to know about Amara, particularly Amara Realty.
Okay, I think you've said it well about Amara Realty. The reason why we exist is simply to provide that peace of mind when people are acquiring properties back in Kenya. When I visited the US the first time, when I started selling properties, the first thing I heard about people talk about is, can we trust the process? Can we trust the people back at home? Because a lot of people were shy at that point because they had bad experiences. So that's why we stepped into this gap, so that whenever you're investing with Amara Realty, you have that peace of mind that actually we will deliver what we promise. Maybe just to tell you about Amara Realty and what we do and what really sets us apart from other real estate companies, because we've all had the uproar in the real estate industry back in Kenya. And it's good, even when we speak about Amara Realty, for people to know, why should you trust Amara Realty? Why are we different? How do we do our things? Number one thing is that, and I always tell people, is that from the first day I sold a property and I decided I was going to get into the real estate market, one of the resolve I made as Jane, the founder of Amara Realty, is that we would only sell that which we own. Now, what does that mean, Geoffrey? It means that the properties we sell, we acquire them first. They come into the name of Amara Realty. We have finished with the seller who has sold us the land. Only then do we market that land. We do not market land that is the seller still has a say in it. What we market is what we have already completed with the seller. We've gotten the paperwork, we've gotten all the documents that we require from him, and we have shaken our hands and we said bye to each other. That's only when we begin to sell marketing. Why is it important? It's important because we have seen companies that have not been able to deliver. They start transactions, they engage with a seller, then a sale agreement relationship, and they begin to market the land. God forbid if something happens and that transaction does not go through, what happens is that they're not able to deliver, yet they have marketed the land, they've collected deposits, they do not know where they will take those customers that had already identified a parcel of land and entrusted their monies to them. That is a reason why we said we will never fall into that, I would call it trap, where you sell that which you do not own, because anything is possible. Even with the greatest and the best intentions, anything can go wrong. So we try and we ensure that we do not get caught up in that. So that's what sets us apart as Amara Realty. Number one most important point. Even as we have other things, for instance, I always tell people is that I can only sell that which I can buy for myself. What does that mean? That I will carefully select the projects. I will not go to areas because I've had other real estate companies have gone into those areas. I will only go there if Jane, being an investor, can actually buy something for herself and keep. If that is a yes, then I will go ahead and buy a property and be able to sell to other people. So that's the other thing that sets us apart. And the other one is, what do we sell? Primarily, we focus on selling larger parcels of land. Why? Because we've seen that the market has been introduced to 50 by 100, which is a small parcel of land. Not small, so to speak, but the reason why we go for bigger parcels, which is 100 by 100, is to allow people to have space. In this day and age, where we are talking about global warming, when we are talking about the environment, we need a place where you can build your home and still make the environment green. Plant your trees, have your gardens, and have a lot of space. As we age, we need to have space around us. As we age, you don't want to get out of the house and sit on the couch. You want to get out of the house, go outside, till around your sukuma wikis and spinach, harvest some few fruits from your trees, you know, look after your chicken and all that. That is what you want. You want an environment that is holistic, not just a house. So that's the reason why we provide larger parcels of land, which is 100 by 100, equivalent to a quarter. And for us, that is important. Even as people build, we've seen that people have built in smaller parcels of land, but as they grow, they feel, oh my God, I am so squeezed, I need to move. I need to start looking for something that is larger. And they start now looking for land, which now within their area has become pretty expensive. So they might have to go much, much further. So we provide that, we foresee that need, and we provide for it way in advance. Geoffrey.
Wow. Wow, no, that's good. I like the fact that you mentioned that, and I think that I speaking from experience, I think 2 years ago I was in Kenya,
Yeah.
and somebody just told me about a property when we were talking with you about Mala something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we went, we bought 2 properties there.
Yes.
But up to date. Then we were told that time that, oh, your title will be out before you go back to US. So we've been in the US for almost 2 years now, and even 2 days ago I asked about the title. I'm still waiting, and I was telling them I'm a little bit worried about the outcome now. Having been a victim of, I told you about Orethi property. We've been a victim of them, that they were not able to deliver. But I like the fact that you're able to say that you are able to sell what you own.
Yes.
Which stands out a lot, because I think most of the cases, delay comes because of that, people not able to have the titles by the time they're selling.
That's very true, because if you have not completed with the seller, there's no way he'll transfer or she will transfer the land to you. And therefore you cannot pass on title to those who have bought from you. That is what really, really causes a delay. For us, that is never an issue, because we start selling when we own the land. And now when you talked about the titles, the other thing is that we deliver our titles with very quickly. Within 60 days from the date you complete your payments, we have delivered your title. And we give 60 days because anything can happen within the land's office. We need a little bit of time, but within 60 days, we usually have delivered, even a lesser period of time. Yeah.
That's good. I think that's a good promise, and that's making realistic. It's something that I know it will appeal to most of the people. How does it work for people in diaspora for getting their title? What's your process?
It's pretty easy, because once we start the journey, we'll get into the sale agreement. You'll make your payments, you'll complete your payments, we'll begin the paperwork for title transfer. And once that is done, we mail it to you. If you're in the US or UK or wherever somebody is, we mail it via DHL. We've delivered a lot of titles by DHL. There are people who send their parents or their siblings to come and pick. So we give somebody the option. How do you want the title delivered to you? So like now during this visit, because I told a number of my clients that I was coming, they opted to have me come with their titles. So during this visit, as I visit the various states that I'll be going to, one of the things that I will do is that I will deliver titles. Yes.
I think that's pretty much, and I'm sure we're going to come back to hear more about the places you'll be visiting.
Yes.
But maybe before that, you mentioned about selling your properties to be 100 by 100.
Yes.
So does it mean if I want to buy more than 100 by 100, or if I want to buy less than 100 and 100, do you have that provision so that you're able to work out?
Yes, we do have that provision, because we said our focus is 100 by 100, which is quarter an acre. However, we've had clients who've come to us and said, you know what, I really love, let's say, Ridro East, where we are selling, or Joska, where we have a property, Shalom Gardens. We really love those locations, and we really want to invest with you, but we cannot be able to pay or to buy the 100 by 100 now. can you get us a 50 by 100? So we have that flexibility. We've actually had situations where a customer has come and this is already 100 by 100, but they say, you know what, Jane, I really love this. Are you able to subdivide it for me and just give me a 50 by 100? So we've accommodated that. The people who've come with that request, and we've been able to give a few people the 50 by 100 that they've requested for. If you want bigger than a 100 by 100, of course, that there is that flexibility because you can buy 2, you can buy 3. We've had people even who buy 4 of them to make an acre. So we have that flexibility. We are not what do I call it? We don't cast anything on stone. We simply, first of all, give you the option of buying large. If you say you cannot buy large, then we accommodate your need. Yeah.
I like that flexibility because I think we have kind of different clients who capability will always be different, and I think if you have that flexibility, I think that's awesome.
Yes.
So the other part I wanted to hear from you is, and you may have touched on this, how long have Amara Realty been in business, and what has been your biggest success journey along the way?
All right. So let me put my journey in the real estate. Amara Realty has been in existence since 2021. So this is our 3rd year of operations. However, as Jane, I started real estate way before Amara Realty when I was still in employment. And back in 2019, I was actually here to market. So I started the journey earlier before I incorporated Amara Realty. So Amara Realty has been in existence from 2021. This is our 3rd year of operation. And in that period of time, we've had several awards as Amara Realty. In our 1st year of operation, we were voted one of the best land selling companies by the top 100 companies in Kenya. We were also voted the most trusted, most consistent and reliable company by Top Score Brands 2022, 2023. We also got an award for most trusted by the Kenya Professional Real Estate Association. So we've gotten several awards as Amara Realty. And also as a CEO and the founder of Amara Realty, I've also been voted the most trusted CEO in the diaspora in the real estate. Number 2, I've also been voted the most inspiring, and I've also been given an award for the first runners-up, in the real estate amongst women in Kenya. And that one I got for 2023. So several awards have come along our way as Amara Realty as a testimony that we are doing the right things. Because before you get that award, people have to vet you. People have to look at what you're doing. People have to look at your processes. People have to look at the holistic you. They have to really vet you before you get the award. So we've really, let's say we have proven that we are doing the right thing. Back to you, Geoffrey.
No, thank you so much. I asked that question on purpose because many times when you're doing a lot of work and great stuff, it's hard to talk about yourself and share about your success and your accomplishment because people maybe interpret it differently. True. But I think it's always good to talk about what your success and accomplishment, because all those success, like you say, there's a lot of work behind that has been done, which we don't hear, we don't talk about more. But when we have that, it's good to hear that you've been receiving all those awards. That tells me those people, they have grilled, they have checked on you, for them to be able to come up and have you represent as the award winner. It means that you've done a lot of work and build the trust in those organizations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's good. So and I think this is I will also put it in there. If you have a questions, like I said, this is gonna be a dialogue. It's not it's not a presentation to say. So if you have a questions or a comment, you can put it on the chat. And I think there's somebody who has asked, the plots usually specified on what they can be used for? I mean, maybe like they say, residential, commercial, or do you, if it's a gated community, do you have some restrictions on what people can put up?
Okay, yeah. Normally what we do is that we do, and going back to even what sets us apart so that I can answer that question, is that we do our projects very well. We put very beautiful gates. We fence the project so that tomorrow when you come, or 10 years down the line, you're not looking for your plot. You actually know where it is, because we make it like an estate. The other thing is that we grade the roads for our projects. So when somebody comes in, you're actually able to identify your property. So now going to the question of whether we specify whether this is residential or commercial, yes, we do. At the point of selling, we are able to tell somebody that this particular zone is residential only. However, this particular row, you can use it for commercial purposes. So we are able to distinguish that when you're buying. We give you the way we would want the estate to look like. Because again, we are cognizant of each other's preferences. We again do not want to put up a place that is residential and everybody just comes and does commercial, and some few people do residential. It will be a bit clumsy. So we actually give the guidelines and we tell, if you're going through these two avenues, this is purely residential. Yeah.
No, I like that, and I think that is very important, because if you don't have some regulations, the clustering and people putting in different stuff, it lowers the value of the property.
Yes.
And if you are an investor, you want to invest where you know that anything that you put in, the value would go up. So I think it is important to have that regulation, so that at least the place remains valuable, and everybody can be able to get good returns on their investments.
True.
Yeah. So I think the other part that I want, maybe and you might be able to share, what has been your challenge in the business? We have all these good things that we see, like people talk about great play we see on the stage, but there are always a lot of challenges behind the scene. So what has been your biggest challenge along in this business of real estate?
Yeah, we've had some few challenges, and one of the biggest challenge is actually getting the right property. Because as I said, for me, the property has to speak to me. It has to resonate. If it doesn't, then I will not pick it. So going round and getting the right thing is a challenge. Again, getting to buy it from the right person, because you can go and identify a parcel of land and it really looks good. But then when you try to pursue who is the owner of that land, you find, it's not really, you're not getting peace of mind. So you just let go. So that is one of the biggest challenge, getting something that I know is good and suitable. So that's one of the things that really has been a challenge. Of course, in this business, you have to do a lot of marketing. So obviously, it takes a lot of work to actually continuously tell your customers what you have and where you are at. It's also quite involving. But all in all, I am grateful. I have seen, I would call it the mercies of God. This far, I've seen God.
Great.
Yes.
I think speaking of challenge, and I would want to dive to the next part of this is the diaspora has always had a big challenge when it comes to the investments. And it goes back what you had mentioned at the beginning, getting, like you say, getting the right agent and the partners, and but also getting, and then the process of, from the beginning, I want this property to the end. So maybe, I don't know, would you mind sharing how your the Amara Realtor has been able to address some of those challenges that maybe the diaspora have in the process of acquiring properties in Kenya?
Okay, so one of the things that we do is that we do encourage, once we put out a project out there, we know that most people are in the diaspora and they cannot be able to personally come to view the land. So we encourage them to send somebody to go and view for them. That's number one. Number two, we make the process of payment seamless. Because one of the things that we have seen, because we've also had some encounters where people in the diaspora send money to the people back at home, and that money does not get to where it is intended. So we've made it easy for them to pay directly to us so that they do not have to go through a middle person. And when we do that, the moment you pay, we give you a receipt. So we are continuously in touch in terms of how you're progressing with your payments. So it is so seamless that and so transparent that wherever you're sitting, you know exactly what is going on with your land. So so those are some of the things that we have done. So we make it easy. So when you're buying, you actually know where you're buying. We make the process of acquisition and payment seamless. We provide all the documentation that you need. If you need to do a search on the property, we give you the title, or we give the person whom you have designated the title to go and do a search. We do your sale agreement and we begin the process. So we make it very easy and seamless.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe related to that, one of the things I've also maybe have had people experience is the customer service.
Yes.
Customer service is if you maybe I would say it's very critical when it comes to the diaspora.
Yes.
Clients, because in Kenya, the way people do it, the way clients, I mean, the businesses, they conduct the business is different when it comes to the way maybe people are used to when they come to the diaspora. Is there any special way that you're able to do your service different in terms of client services? I mean, customer service when you're dealing with the diaspora community?
I'm glad that you asked that question, because one of the you get to know whether you're doing things right by the feedback you get.
Absolutely.
From the people you're serving.
Yes.
So the feedback we get as Amara Realty, and this I'm not saying because I am the CEO of Amara Realty, but this is a feedback that I've gotten from our customers. Let's say they go for the site visit. One of the things I get every day a site visit is done, I have to get a text on my phone telling me how great the experience was, how they were treated well, and how my people made them feel special. So we have a culture of embracing our clients, making them feel at home. In fact, some of them are like, wow, this is exceptional. We've never experienced this, and we've been to many other places. This is exceptional. So we work with our clients and we make them feel comfortable. I'll tell you, Geoffrey, yesterday I visited a family in Wisconsin. These are people who are my clients. We've never met. But because they had them in Chicago, they were like, Jane, we want you to come and visit us, because we've created that friendship, even on the phone. We are not just a client-seller relationship. It is a friendship that we create. So we journey with our clients, not just as clients, but as friends. We create lasting relationships. And for me, that is what has worked for me in this business. That is what has worked for me in the real estate, because to me, they're not just clients. We are partners, we are friends. So we have that culture of being customer-centric and being customer-focused and making our customers feel extra special. Those are the testimonies that we receive. If you go to our website and you check our reviews, you will actually see what customers have said about us. We've not been able to put out all the reviews because most of them come to my phone. And we have great, great, great reviews. Even when you come to our offices, it's welcoming, it's warm, and it's awesome. So we provide the best, if I put it that way.
I like that. I can promise you, when my next visit to Nairobi, I will definitely stop by your office.
Karibu sana. Karibu sana.
Coffee when I got there.
Karibu sana.
That's good. I'm glad that you mentioned about some feedback. But anybody in the audience, if you've worked with Amara Realty and you are there, you may want to share some thoughts. That would be you can raise up your hands and I'll give you a minute. But I think for now, I wanted to share a little bit about what are your current properties that you're selling right now that you would be able to, somebody in the audience would be able, I want this and I need to get started. I just have some money somewhere, want to get invested. What are your current properties listing that you have?
Okay, we do have 3 projects or 3 different locations. The first one is Nanyuki. Nanyuki, we have properties there. We have just 16 kilometers from Nanyuki town. We do have a project there, and it's very close to those who know Mayan Hotel. It's actually about less than 10 minutes drive from where we are to Mayan Hotel. It's also very close to a resort that is called Cobbs. So it's a place, and I always tell people when you go to Nanyuki, probably some of us have visited or some of you have visited Nanyuki, it's that place that you feel like, I'm in Kenya, yes, but I don't feel like I'm in Kenya, because it provides that ambience of somewhere special. You know, the cosmopolitan community that is there is awesome. The climate that is there is awesome. So it's one place that you go and you feel, you know what, I can actually stay here. I don't want to go back to Nairobi. For me, that's my experience. Every time I go to Nanyuki, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go back to Nairobi. You just want to stay there and experience the environment that is there. There's so much to do, surrounded by so much natural resources, wildlife that is there. Olpajeta is there. We have Mount Kenya that surrounds it. The Aberdare ranges, you can see them from a distance. I mean, the place is beautiful. If you're looking for a place that simply gives you tranquility, that's Nanyuki. So what do we have in Nanyuki?
I can visualize it as you speak now. It makes me feel like I want to go there right now.
No, I speak so passionately about Nanyuki because it's amazing. It is a place I have visited, and I go and I'm planning to stay for 1 day and I stay for 3 days. Is Nanyuki. It doesn't happen anywhere else. So we do have acres of land. So we are selling projects in acres, half acre and quarter an acre. So there's an acre, half an acre, and quarter an acre in the same project. And this project, if I would put it, is that we are going to fence it very well. We are going to put a fantastic gate. And I always tell people, wherever we go as a Mara Realty, we stand out. In fact, one of the ladies who is in the real estate industry, and I went to Nanyuki and I started doing my projects, she was like, Jane, you're now making us do things that we never used to do. Because I started fencing my projects very well, and they were like, wow, okay, we have to up our game. So whenever I go, I make a difference. I make that place look better, look different, and changes the whole face of that area. So we are doing fantastic gates where we're going to, I mean, in that project that we're doing in Nanyuki. So we have 1 acre of land going for 2 million in cash. If you're paying cash, it's 2 million. If you're paying in installments, it's 2.2 million. If it's half an acre, it's going for 1.05 million if you're paying cash. And if it's quarter an acre, it's 600,000 if you're paying cash. And that is one of the projects that we do have an offer on, because anybody who buys, I'm coming to St. Louis over the weekend. So anybody who makes a commitment between now and the day I come and the period I'm there in St. Louis will get a 10% off. So if it's a 1 acre for 2 million, it will be 1.8 million. So it's a fantastic, fantastic offer that we have on Nanyuki. We do have Rero East. Rero East is, I normally tell people, Rero East is a future Kamakis. Those people who know Kamakis, Rero East is a future Kamakis because it is right opposite the river after Kamakis. So if you go down Kamakis, those who know Kamakis or the Eastern Bypass, Kamakis, you go down, cross the river, you go to Rero East, Mwalimu Farm. On the other side, it's the opposite side of Juja Farm, and it's a tail end of Kiambu County. So here we are in Kiambu County, the tail end of Kiambu County as we transition towards Machakos County. Why do I say it's a future Kamakis? This one of the reasons why Rero East is still extremely affordable, it's because it had been landlocked. It was not accessible, but now it is accessible. So people now are running there and buying. And it is probably the last place within Kiambu County that is still extremely affordable at this point in time. And the amazing thing is that the proposed Greater Eastern Bypass cuts across Ruiru East. That is a Greater Eastern Bypass that will come from Mombasa Road all the way to Garissa Road. And that road will also link to the Eastern Bypass. So within a few years, that place will be very close even to the CBD and to the airport. Even now, it's extremely close to the airport, because from the airport, it will take you about 35 minutes to get there. So Ruiru East is the other project that we have. We have amazing projects. We've done about 12 projects within Ruiru East or more. And this is our other project. We are selling 100 by 100 for 1.55 million if you're paying cash. If you're paying installments, it's 1.73. This is a place, and I always tell somebody, if you don't have something in Ruiru East, you must look for something in Ruiru East. Hutaki kusikia ati Ruiru East iliuzwa ikamalizika ukabaki nyuma, like the way Kamakis happened. Kamakis in 2010, an acre of land was going for 400,000. A whole acre of land. Today, the same acre of land, people will quote for you between 40, 60, 70 million, depending on where it is. If it's lying on the road, it will be over 80 million. Yet the same acre of land was 400,000, 10 or 12 years ago.
Wow.
So Ruiru East, you don't want to be left behind, because that also gives you extremely high value for your investment. The other area is Kangudo Road. When Kitengela became extremely expensive, people started moving to Kangudo Road. Kangudo Road, if you looked at it 5 years ago, it was grassland. 5, 6 years ago, it was pure grassland. Today, that place is amazing. It has beautiful homes, a lot of schools, hospitals. The place is completely built up. So that is another area that offers you a place where you can actually go build and start living today, a place where you can actually put your investment and expect very good returns. That is what Kangudo Road offers. So we have a project of Joska, from Joska town. Joska is the first town. Once you leave Nairobi County, it's the first town in Machakos County. So you detour from Joska and you go to a place called Voine, which is a sub-county headquarters for Lukenya or Mavoko. It's a sub-county headquarters for Mavoko sub-county. Now, that place has, I mean, it's beautiful. It's one of the beautiful places. When you look at it and you see the hills, you can see Kilimabogo, you can see Koma Hill, you can see Mitaboni Hills, you can see Mua Hills. That is a surrounding that you get within that. Again, this project, we have done a fantastic gate. Even I met somebody yesterday, and he came to the US 2 months ago, and I was trying to explain where my project is, and was like, "Oh, I've seen that gate. We were there to see it." So people, it stands out. So people come to see the gate that we have done in that place. We have already done the roads. We have planted trees. So by the time you're coming 5 years down the line, you'll have tall trees. We are planning to do fruit trees as well, because we've only done the boulevard, and we have water on site. It's an amazing place. So those are our 3 projects. So the one on Kangudo Road is called Shalom Gardens, and it's going for 1.35 million if you're paying cash, and 1.52 million if you're paying installments. Again, it's also 100 by 100. If you want a 50 by 100, we can also talk and we can give you the prices for that.
Wow. Wow. I can I hear you describing these properties, and I'm like, I need to break a bank, because they all look like perfect property to get into.
Yes.
And I think, like you said, it's not just talking about it. I think like you always do a very good background research before you decide where to invest, because the way you're describing, it's not something that is just coming off your head. It's something that you have already done enough research to be able to arrive at that point.
Yes.
That's good. I think that answers the question that somebody had asked there. Do you sell land countrywide? I think for now you mentioned that you have those 3 properties, but maybe Are you planning to go expand and go
Yes.
countrywide?
Yes, we are not restricted to the areas that I mentioned. We are definitely looking for something in Nakuru, something in Naivasha, because those are areas that are growing. Those are areas that have great potential. So those are areas that we are looking at. Should we get something in Gong again? It's also a great place. So we are on the lookout. And these are places I have visited. These are places I have seen properties. But because I haven't felt a breakthrough with them, I haven't gone ahead. So yes, we will go to various parts of the country. We are not restricted to the 3 where we are at now.
Great.
Yeah.
We all can't wait to hear the progress. The next question is the current economy in Kenya. This is from Dairo. Is it the current economy in Kenya and globally indicates significant decline due to forecasted inflation. The Kenya shilling also continues to decline in comparison to the dollar. How is your company being impacted by this? And then what are the projection like for the next 2 years in terms of sales commitment? And lastly, is it as it pertains to the properties the companies own, are they financed? And if so, how is the company setting from a debt perspective? I think maybe we can just go by the first part. He's asking how has the business been impacted by the inflation?
Okay. Everyone in Kenya has been impacted, but I always believe in rising above the challenge that you are encountering. So you have to foresee that challenge coming and begin to imagine how are you going to tackle that challenge. Now, coming to the dollar issue is that the person who is benefiting is actually the person who is sitting here in America. Reason being, the same thing you would buy for, let's say, $10,000. Today, you're buying it for $7,000.
Yes.
So the person who is benefiting is actually the person who is sitting here in America. Now, coming back to Kenya, when you're trading and you're trading in the Kenya shilling, you grow with that economy. It's obviously more difficult because you have to be cognizant that people are still tight. So even when you're pricing your projects, you also have to reduce your margins so that you accommodate the people who are also suffering in terms of inflation. So yes, it has an impact in terms of how much can you be able to price your product, because you have to be aware that everybody is suffering. But the people who have a benefit are actually the people sitting in America or people who are earning in what we call the hard currency. They are able to get better value for their money in terms of buying or purchasing something back in Kenya. So if somebody is sitting on dollars, this is a time to buy because the dollar really has a great advantage over the Kenya shilling.
I agree, particularly on those great properties that you've mentioned, especially that you described about Ruido East property, and Nanyuki property. It looks like it's a great way to get value for your money.
Actually, if I may put it this way, Geoffrey, the price at which I was selling my projects in 2021 in terms of Kenya shillings, and the people who bought them in dollars, though the prices have gone up slightly, they are paying less in dollars than they paid that time. Yes.
I agree. I see that, because of the exchange rate price. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
I think the other question he was asking, what is the projection like for the next 2 years in terms of sale agreement?
In terms of sales commitments, obviously our projection is to grow. The reason why we are also making these marketing trips is to be able to grow the company. And why are we interested in growing the company? One, I always tell myself, Jane, I want to be known as one of the best employers. So you cannot be a good employer if you're not growing. Because you have to create opportunity for people to come in. When we started in 2021, we were at 0. I was the only employee. Then I got a secretary. Today we are over 10 employees.
Mm.
You know, we are about 15 of us. So those are the opportunities that I need to create. Another thing is that why should we grow as Amara Realty, and why are we targeting to grow? Is because we give back to the community. If you go through our videos, you'll see all the work that we have done. In December last year, we fed over 1,000 families.
Mm.
So and every month we feed about 100 elderly people or their families every single month. Where we sit and where we have our office, we feed all the cleaners and the watchmen there. So we do a lot in terms of giving back to the community. We educate children. We have 10 children who we are taking through school. So the reason why we are committed to grow is we want to have a greater impact beyond Amara Realty, a greater impact within the community that surrounds us. So what are we projecting? We are projecting to actually maybe double the size of our company in the next 2 years. So that's our commitment, because we are bigger than us. We need to impact those around us. So whoever asks that question, that is what we are projecting, at least double, if not more. And again, we're also looking into the provision of homes, because a lot of my clients have asked me, okay, Jane, you've sold us land. Can you build for us? So that's also an avenue that we are looking into. We've already done a lot of background work with the architects, with contractors. And when we are ready, we'll bring it on when we are ready with that. Because again, I only go into something that I know I will deliver. So we'll also get into that. And that also will provide space for growth. Now, I like the question that you asked about our debt, how we finance our projects. And I said we sell what we own. One of the things that we've been very careful is to grow organically. And I have been accused by people, or even my customers, when they call me and they ask me, Jane, so what do you have? And I'm like, oh, I don't have a project. I'm still waiting. Reason being, we do not finance our projects with financing from the bank or anywhere else. We grow with the cash flows we generate. So if we're going to do 2 projects in a year, so be it. If you're going to do 3, so be it. But we grow organically. We grow at the pace at which our cash flows allow. We avoid debt, because one of the things I have realized is, particularly in our industry, if you take debt financing and you charge the property that you're purporting to sell, and anything happens, then you're not able to deliver according to what you've promised the client, then you lose your name. So for us, we grow organically, we grow at our pace, we grow with our own cash flows. I hope I've answered that question.
I like that. And I think that is the biggest challenge a lot of people do when you get started. Then you get excited because of there's a lot of money coming in. So you grab here, you grab here. At the end of the day, you find that you cannot even manage what you have. But I think that idea of actually growing what your muscle can handle.
Yes.
I think I really love that concept, which makes you another one unique thing that maybe stands out compared to others. I will, looking at the time here, I will give an opportunity for people to ask questions. If you can, just raise up your hand or unmute, and then we'll take a few questions. I know Jen would love to hear your questions. Like I said, if you have done a business with Amara, we will also want to hear from you. And if you have any testimony, that's perfect. So anybody with a question or a statement or comment, this is the time for you. If not, you can type on the chat. And maybe as we get people ready, the other question that I would want you to share. Glad that you are saying you're in Chicago right now, so you're not talking to somebody who is in Kenya.
No, I'm here.
Who is in Chicago is actually neighboring from where we are.
Yes.
And I hear that you're coming to St. Louis, so we're so excited that you're coming to St. Louis. Maybe if you can, as we get people maybe to ask questions, please share your upcoming itinerary so that people can know and those who are in other states can expect you.
Okay, so this weekend from Friday to the 6th, Tuesday of the 6th of June, I believe, I'll be in St. Louis. From there, I'll travel to Seattle for 7 days. I'll leave Seattle on the 14th of June and fly to California. So I'll be in California that weekend of the 16th, 17th of June until 21st of June. And then I'll travel to Boston from 22nd of June all the way to the 25th of June. I'll be in Boston. Then from there, I'll travel to Arizona on the 27th of June to the 29th of June. I'll be in Arizona. And then I'll go to Kansas City from the 30th of June to the 4th of July. And then I'll go to San Antonio. And then finally, I'll be in Maryland on the weekend of 8th. So that is my itinerary.
Wow.
Very tight.
My goodness, you need a private jet. That is, yeah, Chicago. I'm trying to see if I can remember what you say. You said Chicago, St. Louis, Seattle, California, Boston, Arizona, Kansas, and also San Antonio. I hope I got it
and
right.
Maryland.
Maryland. My goodness, you need a private jet.
I will get one in the future. Right now, I have to hop into Delta.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I know you have a great team that has worked with you. I think Peter from St. Louis, he's the one who introduced me to you.
Yes.
Say that, but I've also shared, followed up your great conversation with Damaris.
Yes.
On the Diaspora Radio. So for St. Louis, I know you're going to be in St. Louis this Friday. And those who are in St. Louis, Jen will be hosted for dinner and friends like you and everybody else at Peter 𝐁𝐚𝐢's residence in St. Charles. And I'm sure maybe Peter, you're there. I'm going to give you a minute to tell us about who should come to your house and what to expect. For those who like meat, they will. I know I see John there. He would like his barbecue when they come to your house. But I think also on the Saturday the 3rd, Jen will be attending a function here with Damaris. Jeremy. Let me use Jeremy Damaris. Will be attending a wedding here in St. Louis. I'm sure that time they will not be speaking to everybody, but I'm sure that will be a great time to meet them on one-on-one. I also understand that on Sunday, Jen will also be attending at Fountain Worship Center in Florissant. Again, that is a place to be able to stop in and be able to connect with Jen one-on-one. That is on Sunday. Then on Monday, the 5th, June the 5th, on Monday, we will have a meeting here in the office. We have a conference in the office. I'm going to be sending out a link where whoever wants to come, we can be able to sign in and just come and meet one-on-one. Sometimes I always say, even if you don't have money right now to invest, it's always good to know so that when you have money, you already have an idea what to do with that money. Then just wait when you have the money and you have nothing you don't have an idea what to do with the money. What happened after that, the money just finds its own way. So it's always to gather information before, so that when the money comes, you will be able to have an idea what to do. So you are welcome to come, whether you are planning to invest now, whether you are investing later. Any of those dates, we'll be glad to have it's a good opportunity to connect with Jen. Peter, if you're there, share with us about the June the 2nd.
Yes, first is to thank Jen for planning to come visit St. Louis. And for those guys who want to buy with Jane, I would say, don't fear. I did, and I can't regret, because she give you the best. On 2nd, we'll be meeting at my place in St. Charles. The address is 48 Sharon Drive, and the zip is 63303. 48 Sharon Drive, St. Charles, 63303. Jane will be here from 1. If you have time, and from around 4, we'll do some barbecue, and she'll be here. We are hosting her. If you plan to catch her, we'll be here for you, and feel welcomed. Everybody, all your friends, tell them we have a big backyard. We are ready to host, Jeff, we are ready to host more than 200 people.
That is nice.
Yeah, we are ready for everyone who is ready to come. And feel welcome. We have a lot of nyama choma for the kids. We'll do some, if you come with your kids, we have all kind of games they're gonna play. We have enough food for the kids. Feel much welcome. Come with a friend, call a friend to book that date, and you'll get more knowledge from Jane.
Great.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Peter, but also connecting us with Jane, and more importantly, also inviting her to come. I think is a great honor that there's a great sacrifice that you'll be able to make it happen for us, the St. community. And more importantly, even allowing us to visit you and come to your house. Unfortunately, I may be out of town, but I will make sure that even if I don't eat nyama choma, I will come back to get if there will be any leftovers.
Sure.
There is somebody who said, Lily Disho said, I have done business with Mara Excellent customer service, and they deliver what they promise. Very authentic, honest, and open process. You definitely get your peace of mind. I like that. I like that. Thank you so much, Lily, for sharing that, because I think everybody wants to hear that, and especially for the diaspora, they want to hear such a testimony where people can actually come back and be able to. We want those who will invest even this time. They will be able to come back and share that similar testimony after they come back. Now, if you have any closing remarks, I didn't leave it. Do you have anybody else who may want to share something before we get back to the closing remark? Or anybody has a question? I give you minutes. If not, I'm gonna go back to Jane. If you have any closing remark or any statement that you want to share before we close.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey, and thank you, Peter, for opening your house and home for us. We're looking forward. I'm looking forward to being with the team in St. Charles over the weekend, and I hope I'll meet as many as are in this forum and more at Peter's house. So thank you so much, Peter, for that. And Geoffrey, I'm grateful. Even as I make my closing remarks, there is something that we started a while back, and I would want to share it, which is an affiliate program that we have come up with as Amara Realty. And why have we come up with this? one of the reasons we've come up with the affiliate program is that because we've had so many people that refer us to their friends and they come and buy from us, and it ends at that. So we have said we want to track what you're bringing to Amara Realty, and we've created an affiliate program where you get rewarded. So if you bring in somebody, if you bring in your friend, you go through the affiliate program and we reward you for that. So if you have time, kindly check out our website. You'll see more information. You'll see our projects. You'll see our affiliate program. You see what other people are saying about Amara Realty. You will see what we can do for you. There are people here who have not filed their returns. Nil returns. We are doing that as Amara Realty for those people who are with us. So you'll see all that in our website, and please interact with us. And I'm sure over the weekend we'll get to learn more about Amara Realty and what you can get from Amara Realty. So again, Geoffrey and Peter, I am grateful. I'm grateful for this forum, and thank you for taking time to even do this Zoom. Very much grateful. And thank you, Lily, for your feedback. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jane.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, even just taking time to talk to us, and
yes,
more important, even just taking time, planning to visit us. We're excited. We're looking forward to meet you. We always say Missouri ni kuzuri.
Looking forward. And maybe before even I close, if you want to get in touch with me, you can get me on WhatsApp. My number is +254 722 748475. If you want to get in touch with me in the meantime, even before I come, kindly call me. My numbers are also on the website, +254 722 748475. That's my number.
Awesome. Awesome. I think that's great. Thank you also for even giving us your contact. I'll put it there on the chat. I've also put the website on the chat, and I will also be sharing on the chat. But as we release everybody, I will share this video that maybe you can be able to, and I'm sure there's more that you can be able to learn from the website. But meanwhile, just I think a few seconds, you can watch. Oops. Let's see. 1, 2. Then you can be able to see that. Maybe hear more from what they are doing in Kenya.
Welcome to Amara Realty, where your dreams of owning your perfect piece of land come true. We are proud to present our exclusive land selling projects in Roiro East, Kagundo Road, and Nanyuki. Whether you're looking to build your dream home, start a business, or make a long-term investment, we have the perfect land options for you.
Roiro East, the epitome of serenity and modern living, offers a range of land options tailored to meet your needs. From spacious residential plots surrounded by nature to commercial plots strategically located near business hubs, Roiro East has it all. Picture yourself waking up to breathtaking views, enjoying the tranquility of the surroundings, and being part of a thriving community. With Amara Realty, you can turn this vision into reality.
If you are seeking an opportunity to invest in a rapid growing area with immense potential, Kagundo Road is the place for you. Imagine owning a prime plot along this strategic corridor, where commerce meets convenience, with a harmonious blend of stunning landscape and a close-knit community. Enjoy the serenity of nature and be part of a warm and welcoming neighborhood.
With Amara Realty, you can secure your spot in this promising region, attracting businesses and ensuring a sound investment for years to come.
Nested at the foothill of Mount Kenya, Nanyuki offers a unique opportunity to own land in one of Kenya's most sought-after locations. With its rich history, scenic beauty, and proximity to national parks, Nanyuki is a haven for adventure enthusiasts and nature lovers. a land of enchantment where nature and natural wonders await. Immerse yourself in the beauty of Mount Kenya, witness majestic wildlife, and indulge in a vibrant lifestyle.
Amara Realty brings you the chance to build your dream getaway, a place where you can escape the hustle and bustle of the city life and embrace the tranquility of the natural surroundings. Whether it's Riru East, Kangundo Road, or Nanyuki, Amara Realty is here to guide you through every step of the way. We provide transparent and reliable services, ensuring that your land purchase is seamless and stress-free. We also provide great value additions on all our projects. We've got gated community setups with modern gates, electric fencing, and graded roads.
Discover your dream property today with Amara Realty. Contact us to schedule a site visit, speak to our experienced agents, and start building a future where your dreams become a reality.
Amara Realty, for your peace of mind.